and welcome to the 7th edition of Commitment 2022. It is with the original name Reflection of Love. And Reflection of Love is a reminder tool, an intention to make our choices from a place of love in our hearts. Today we shall do our personal commitments for the new year 2022, align who we are, what we do in our transformed world, and what is the accountable action we are taking into the direction of 2022. We are going to sparkle our intents. Commitment 2022 participants are literally professionals in their fields, and we are eager to listen to each of them. Please connect with the participants from the links below the video. This is the 2nd anniversary of OnEBoard crew, and I'm happy to announce that we have a free program ready and launched for 2022. It's on our site. Check the link. And we've been doing 1.5 tasks every day along the year 2021, and I'm very proud about it because we are meeting on Sundays only. So with that said, I want to go to the point, to the commitment. I'm a bit nervous because when we first started OnEBoard Home, we interviewed Svetlana, and it was meant to be to present home online from the professional's point of view. And we did it on January 16th or 19th, and we named it Online Home, and then the whole world went online home. So I don't want to tell too many words, just in case anything happens that I tell wrong. So please, Svetlana, and everyone, tell us, how did your Commitment 2021 work for you? And what's your new affirmation for 2022?
So, Nina, first of all, congratulations on the anniversary. Secondly, just to make sure that we have it all right for the future, from now on, one of my commitments, which is not listed here, is to predict only good things. To stay very healthy, to become rich, to have and take new adventures, to travel all over the world, whatever you name it, and we shall wish that it becomes true in the years to come. Just to affirm our tradition here with having interviews that are becoming reality later on. So shortly on my commitment for this year I was trying, while everybody was in one way or another in lockdown or locked at home or in the computer, I was trying to unlock as many opportunities for myself, for my loved ones, for the business as I could. This actually worked quite well. So I'm happy to say that I have managed to unlock stuff that I'm not sure whether I will be able to manage in the future, but that put aside. So unlocking had worked for me very, very nicely. And therefore, my commitment and the New Year resolution for the next year is leveraging the unlocking from this year to have a new beginnings, to start new beginnings. But as you see on my picture, new beginnings are always a reflection from our learnings from the past, which is why I have chosen this photo. And which is why actually I do believe that these new beginnings, in the sense of our tradition here on our chat sessions, will only be good things for us and for the world.
Thank you, Svetlana. Sounds very optimistic. And now, Peggy.
Thank you, Nina, and thank you for organizing this every year. I really feel like I am getting into the mood for 2022, and it's always good to spend some time reflecting on the past year. So I really appreciate our annual meetup like this. Um, so last year, my commitment was create, and looking back, I did okay. um, I did make some videos, I made some tutorials, I took some photos, but honestly, I didn't really get everything done that I wanted to get done. And I started some things that I haven't really finished or completed to my satisfaction. And so looking back, I think I've been really sort of unfocused and kind of scattered over the past year. And some of that I think is the ongoing pandemic, and some of that is personal things. But I think part of that too is just my tendency to be unfocused and not really necessarily plan out what I'm doing. So my word for 2022 is reflection. So I want to really take the time to think about what I'm doing, plan more, and really consider maybe what's realistic to accomplish rather than just, having a huge number of ideas and trying to do some of them and kind of getting overwhelmed by that. Reflect on what I want to do, plan, think about it. And I'm hoping that means I'll actually get more things done. And even if I don't get things done, I think it will be more personally satisfying to actually feel like, I've accomplished particular things that I've planned out. So that's my commitment for 2022, reflection.
Thank you, Peggy. I've been looking at the image of the reflections. It has so many aspects, and it's really powerful and very strong color you put on this image. So I'm sure it will be huge. Thank you. And now Monika, please.
So, hello everybody. I'm really glad to be here in this group of OnEBoard. I'm Monika from Bavaria in Germany. Yeah, the last year or this year has brought many breaks of our flow, and so the word for next year will be in the flow. So this year I've been on a discovery journey, and I've discovered a lot of things online, technical, and personally. So it will sum up into in the flow next year. That's what I'm heading for. Thank you.
Great, Monika. Great to hear about the power of water and flow. It's very strong and brave and like powerful too. Thank you. Thank you for being here and for all your support during the year, and to all of you, of course. And now, Brigitte, please. She will talk in French, and I can translate later on. Vous pouvez parler en français, je vous en prie. Mais on ne vous entend pas. Non. OK. Est-ce que vous pouvez sortir et revenir? Ça va marcher peut-être. Parce que quand vous êtes venu, on s'attendait très bien. Okay, until it's set up with the audio of Brigitte, Justine, please, can you tell us how did Commitment 2022 work for you? And what's your new resolution?
Hello, everybody. It's very lovely to be here, and thank you so much for everybody on the OnEBoard team for everything you do all during the year. Some fantastic information always available for everybody in many of the social media programs, and especially on YouTube, where we can, where everybody will be able to find this. And hello, Brigitte. We're just going to have Brigitte first. If Brigitte's come on, and I'll do mine afterwards. Would that be better, Nina? Is Brigitte here now, or will I complete mine first?
Yes, please continue, and then we go back to Brigitte. Thank you.
Okay. Talking about from the heart, my word was about love as devotion and being able to be devoted in all we are to and through what we do, and to our family and our communities, which has been something that everybody has had to think about and be part of all through this year and everything that's been going on in the last couple of years with the pandemic. My commitment word was and is for 2022, auspiciousness, which is very similar to Nina's word, which is prosperity, and that's what the actual meaning of auspiciousness is. And it's an Australian with the AUS, so I thought that's very similar, but it's something that with online business, it's very easy to do considering what's gone on with the pandemic and everybody being able to work now from home, and so work more with their family, and with that being sometimes a bit difficult in our last or how life was before the pandemic. I think it's become a lot easier, and it's something that helps us to be stronger in ourselves, being able to be connected to our community and to our family. So with my business and caring and sharing honesty and the reality of health and keeping fit hearts as well as fit minds, it's very, very good to be able to make commitments and stick to them and stand by them. And I think with this group and groups like this online, it's good to be able to connect and communicate with the community this way. So thank you so much for allowing us to do that and to be part of an ongoing program that's available for everybody every week, as you said. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, Justine. I have learned these new words to me. I admit I didn't know that word, and I will be observing how it unfolds for you. Thank you so much for your support during the year. And Brigitte, est-ce que nous avons le maintenant? Est-ce qu'on peut entendre?
Mais je sais pas.
Oui.
Ah.
Alors, je vous en prie. Oui.
Alors, bon, c'est mon engagement, questions, réponses. Enfin, c'est un petit peu mieux. Bon, alors, j'explique ce que je vous avais écrit. Alors, je suis sur les réseaux sociaux depuis une quinzaine d'années, photographe de passion, de famille multi-cosmopolite, originaire des Hauts-de-France, résidente en Aveyron, profession polyvalence dans diverses entreprises, dans la gestion et comptabilité, autodidacte, maintenant à la retraite. Je suis écologique dans l'âme, j'aime la nature, j'aime tout ce qui s'y rapporte et aux animaux, la flore, qui je pense fait partie de nos vies et que nous devons respecter pour le bien-être de la vie humaine. Parce que quand même, je vois que vous parlez du Covid, c'est vrai que c'est très difficile en ce moment avec le Covid, aussi en France. Voilà.
Je vous remercie. I will translate very quickly. The commitment of Brigitte is questions, answers, questions. She's been on social networks for about 15 years. and she's a passionate photographer with really beautiful, magnificent photos. She's multi-cosmopolitan family. She comes from a multi-cosmopolitan family. It is Franco, Belgique, and also Sardinia, Italy, and Canada. And Brigitte is originally from Hauts-de-France, and now she's living in Aveyron. Her profession was connected with different companies in management and accounting, and she used to own a hotel, bar, restaurant in her own village. She's now retired in ecological at heart, and she's thanking all of you for listening. Okay, je vous remercie, Brigitte, de votre... vous êtes toujours dans la situation difficile de la langue, mais maintenant on s'avance peu à peu. Now, Google has made more for native languages, and next time we can have the translations automated for everyone, and we can talk in many languages. So it will only improve for us to communicate. I believe so. I'm optimistic about the native language communication. We also talked with Svetlana in Spanish, and we talked with Monika in German. And I'm so glad this is an option, because in my family, I need to talk in German when I visit the family. So it's not only for work, but day-to-day situation in life. So now, Stan, please.
Well, Bob's like a more regular guy than I am, so it'd be good if he went before me.
Okay, yeah. Of course. Bob, please tell us about your commitment 2021. And what's your new resolution?
You'll be sorry, Stan, because I'm really full of it today. It'll be a hard act to follow, let me tell you. So I want to say hello to everybody, because it's really great to share and collaborate with you talented, creative internationals. It's nice to have a different perspective outside of the US, because everybody can get caught in a bubble. Let me explain to you what I've gone through, not just last year, but the previous 3 years. I've used action verbs, really strong ones, to describe my yearly commitment, and they were implementation way back in 2019, provocation in 2020, and then actuate last year. And all of them were meant to be a catalyst for creating content. And of course, none of them hinted at what kind of content to create. I just needed to crank it out or hammer it out in a really not very thoughtful manner. So I've had some success with this strategy, but now I need and I recognize the need to evolve. So I did a little search online and for guidance, and I found that a noun instead of a verb would help guide me during 2022, and that's the word stories. And stories supposedly are a powerful, nuanced tool for improving learning and understanding. And that's important for my particular mission as a conservation evangelist. So hopefully I'll be sharing my successes throughout the next year with you folks. And I hope you all have a good time with your own challenges.
Thank you, great. The first time I heard your voice, I told you should be telling stories on the radio, and I'm still supporting this impression from you, Bob, and especially always with your sense of humor too. So I'm looking forward to hear about the greatest success, and thank you for all your collaboration during the year. And now to Stan. Was it a nice year, 2021, in view of your confirmation?
Yeah, it was a great year. I did want to address a couple of things though. If you know me, I mean, like when Bob said that, you know, he's hard to follow. Well, maybe he doesn't know this, but my motto in business was I'm the guy to hire when everything's on fire. So the bothering people or following people never really quite bothered me. But I will tell you this, that the idea of the verbs, using verbs, that was excellent. I mean, I knew what you were doing with it, but stories, when I saw that on your commitment, I went, this is perfect for him, you know, because it is a verb in the sense, in the way that you'll use it. But I'll get to my last year. I used facilitate, and I can tell you that I did accomplish a lot of that, since if my skill set was kind of already developed for that online activities. And if you look at it, you'll see in the picture that Cheryl's in that picture, and which I didn't facilitate as much as I would have liked to for her. So this year's word is prioritize, with a picture of my family. And so we've got 8 grandkids. We've got another on the way. 7 of them are under the age of 4. So we'll have 9 by June of next year. And continuing with the word from last year, I'm going to prioritize the things that are important to me and facilitate as much as I can for them and the people that mean things to me. I know that I don't communicate with you guys as much as I would like. I know, I don't. Just to be honest with you, it's Nina, and I think all y'all know that Sunday is my family thing. I do as much as I can on my family. I've got right now in the other room. The reason I left a while ago is right now in the other room there are 7 of them. So I had to go say, turn down the TV because I'm in a meeting. And that's my word for this year, is to prioritize and do the things that's important, which is kind of one of the reasons why I am here today, is to tell you, you know, it is important to me. I may not communicate as much as I'd like, and I may not participate as much as I like, but I do follow you guys, and I do watch you guys. I just don't do some of the things that I used to, that Nina probably may remember a lot of. But that's it for me. I'm going to do what I should do, is mute myself so I don't interrupt anybody.
Well, I believe that's contagious. So with your 9 grandkids, I know Alex had 4, I have 1. So maybe we spread the blessings to everyone. If not, send them by Berties, will take care and to help you. Okay, thank you so much for having you today. It's always a big pleasure to hear about Atlanta and your family. And I'm following too. I know it's not easy to go into meetings. It's time consuming, and that's why we did the program on Twitter, because it's very short. You can also catch up on Mondays, guys. It's open. So we always engage back, and eventually we will think how to move it on Monday. But I'm not ready to do the step yet. So for now, please go in and fill the 1 topic for the year. It will be good to have you at least once as our host. And to finish with my commitment, 2021, I chose love. And thank God, because it was very challenging to keep up responding from a place of love in many situations where we lost our loved relatives. When also I remembered to respond with loving gestures to people I know and to friends, and it was anchoring very well for me. In my work, I received a lot of compliments. And thanks to Svetlana here, she wrote about us on Forbes. I also had some other interviews, successful. And for next year, I'm committing to prosperity. What I did to help a friend was to do a test. It is a brain waves measurement, and they tell you the talent you have. You might think it's funny because it's too late if I check it, but out of curiosity, I did it, and I have 95% understanding of what other people want to express or feel. And also I have a pretty high percent for analytical thinking. I have also a lot of zeros. So for prosperity, I thought about parity of professional parity, building on what I already have as talents. So being more focused, we talked with this group and with Peggy most of all about being very narrowed down, and Bob repeated it a lot, to narrow down what we can do, because the internet is very, very fast, like lightning, and I want to scale my talents in prosperity for my best and for all's best. And with that, I want to wish everyone happy winter holidays, happy Christmas. Let's keep in touch next year and see how these commitments work for us. You're always welcome to join us on Twitter or in meetings. And Happy New Year to everyone.